Tesla said that the primary reason that they did this 3-for-1 split is so that people who work for the brand can receive an easier way to get equity into the business. Now, if you already own one share, then you'll get 2 more shares for every share that you own. Simple as that. If you own 1 share, you'll get an additional 2 shares, which makes it a 3-for-1 split, right? The move gives retail investors affordability. Now, I'll be honest with you. There isn't enough retail investors to move that price. What happens, though, is this. And I'll go on record as saying this first and foremost. I own Tesla stock. I'm going to do my best not to be biased. I'm going to do my best not to be biased because it doesn't serve me or serve you if I'm biased. The goal is to give you the real truth, and then you make the best decision from that. Remember, every investment that you make, you should do the homework on it. No investment decision that is made should be based on the fact that Trappin told you to do something. If you can't do the homework, if you can't do the research, you should seek out financial guidance, financial advice from a financial advisor or a financial fiduciary. I know one by the name of Rasai Bilal, part of the Earn Your Leisure family. He can take you to glory. I can only take you to the trap. Baby! Right? But I won't be biased in this situation. When you think about Tesla as a company, it is more than just a car company. It is an energy company. It's a technology company. Right? It is a car company as well. It is a company that is the face of the future. I will go on record as saying that this is the company that is the face of the future. Because as people buy Tesla cars, at some point, they'll get Tesla charging stations in their home. And then, if you got a Tesla, honestly, what you're saying to the world is you're about clean energy. If you own a Tesla, you are a representative, an advocate for clean energy, whether you know it or not. And so you have the likelihood of putting solar energy on your house, whether you know it or not. Whether you know it or not. So when you look at Tesla, the company has so much growth. And in these environments, growth is expensive. It is called expensive growth. We must be cautious about buying growth right now. And I'm not the person to navigate between buying growth and buying value. I think Tesla has a ton of value. But in these environments, growth can be expensive. Why? Because in these environments, we understand that investors leave growth to find stability. We talked about it. Financial panics. So right now, Tesla is trading 58 times its earnings. That means the company's earnings, the stock price is 58 times what the company is earning. Okay, so the company is trading 58 times its earnings. That means the stock price is 58 times what the company is earning on a per share basis. Right? So if you bought Tesla at the price that it is right now, that means you're expecting it to be an $800 billion in revenue company in 10 years. That 58 times earnings is 18 times higher than the S&P. So the S&P is trading at 18 times earnings. So that means the P/E ratio on the S&P is 18. Right? I won't tap into that. Like, my goal is to help you understand the things that you need to understand. So if you're buying Tesla at the current price, then what you're saying is, I think in 10 years, this company will bring in $800 billion in revenue. That's expensive. That's expensive. What you need to understand when you're buying a company in a split is this. even though the price, this is good, even though the price is cheaper, the value is still the same. Because when a company splits, the market cap doesn't change. The market cap doesn't change. So now what you got to do is evaluate the company now at the current price. You got to evaluate the company at the current price. So, do I buy the stock before the split or after split? It's not the question. The first question needs to be, what is the stock worth on a value basis? Warren Buffett once said it, man. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. So let's think about it, right? Here's what I understand. I understand that Google, Amazon, they both did splits. Because in this environment, growth is risky. What splitting does is it now entices those who don't know the difference between price and value. And I'm not even just talking about retail investors. I'm talking about hedge funds. I'm talking about pension funds. I'm talking about whales. Warren Buffett once said, the enemy of a great investor is a fat wallet. Why is that, Trap? Because when you feel like something is cheap, you're going to buy it. Well, it went from 800 to 200. Trap, I'm about to buy that. It's cheaper when it's not really cheaper. It's still the same price on a value basis. So I need us to understand when we buying, like, what is the difference? I need us to understand the value, not the price. The value is more important. Do what you want with that information. All right, man, so we moving on. Right, I want to talk about Nvidia. Is the time to lose confidence in Nvidia? Now, I will say this. I actually like this company. I had some options last year that went crazy with Nvidia. I made a big bag on Nvidia. I'm not going to lie. But some things have happened. And so one of the things we got to ask ourselves is, what do we do when a story changes? I always say this, you can love a company, but never be in love with it. You can love a company, but never be in love with it. Investing is a game of returns. Now, Nvidia is down 42% year to date. I'm okay with that because I understand, again, economic environment. But that slow demand for its graphic chips, which is the second largest revenue in their business, that's hitting the company hard. Now, the company has a strong balance sheet, and the company has great management. That gives me confidence. That gives me confidence. But that GPU demand has slowed tremendously. And that is the thing that crypto miners used a lot. So now that crypto is backed off, crypto miners not using it, it is hit really, really hard. Plus the demand for the flagship device, the RTX 3090, those graphics chips have slipped by 16%. So we're looking at 60% of NVIDIA's revenue in two things. We're talking about $3.6 to $4 billion in revenue. I don't know how excited I am about that. The thing about that is great management for great companies have a way of pivoting. Again, NVIDIA has an amazing balance sheet. They have great leadership. I want to see how they pivot. Now, Kathy Woods did purchase 60 million of shares of the business. I don't know how impressive that is to me because her track record ain't crazy outside of Tesla. So I don't know how dope that is, but I had to throw that in there. You know what I'm saying? I had to throw that in there for you. But I don't know. I like the business. I like the management. I just want to see what the company does as they pivot. Remember, they had a lot of momentum behind them during the pandemic. gaming, people inside gamers going crazy. They had a lot of demand. So to go from peak demand, it was one of the best performers last year, from peak demand to now this, we got to see, was that pandemic growth? Can that company pivot? I want to see. So I'm not gonna abandon them. But I will wait to see what does management do.